It's all according to what follows the butt.
It's a true story, back to I'm not Rappaport, is that you looked out your window where you wrote, and then you'd see two men on a bench, and you watched them, and they would talk to each other. They wouldn't say anything. They'd sit there silently, and then they'd yell at each other, and then they'd sit there silently.
Yeah.
And you watched them, and they'd do it every day.
So I was writing something else, and I saw the two guys, and I started to imagine what they must be saying to each other. I knew they must be good friends because they always returned to the same bench, and although they sat on either side of the bench and yelled at each other, they never left each other. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but I assumed this is what they were saying.
And finally you went out to eavesdrop, huh?
No, I never did hear them. I went to look for them after I wrote the play. Oh. After I wrote the first 30 or 40 pages.
Well, see, I was misunderstood that. I thought you went out to hear what they were saying so you could see
I
if
wished
it was
I could have. I never found them. I was supposed to be doing an actual grown-up professional job at the time, which was a screenplay, and as what always happens with me is I get an idea for a play and reality goes out the window. But I did go to try to find them. I never saw them, never found them again.
I mentioned in the introduction, I need to say this before you close, you don't even really today think of yourself as a playwright, or you think of yourself as an amateur playwright.
Well, years ago after 1,000 Clowns, I thought of myself as a playwright. Because
You'd written your one play.
I'd written the one play, and
it was about you.
It seemed to be years before I'd start again. But I interrupt you in the middle of your question.
Well,
I know it was a good one.
It was the best one I've had so far.
Good. Oh.
It basically was, you didn't think of yourself as a playwright, and in fact, you never intended to be a playwright. Take our good friend Wendy Wasserstein. She intended to be a playwright early on, went to Yale Drama School, knew what she wanted to do, thought about it, worked at it, became very good, and won a Pulitzer Prize. You, on the other hand, went to school to be a sculptor, correct?
Sculptor, and then I was a cartoonist.
And then you were a very successful cartoonist.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then finally just gave it up.